Hey guys, welcome to Sober in the South. This is your host Larry Green, and I'm here to go over some new things with you today. Today I want to talk about some things that happened over the weekend for me, some things that you may find have happened to you, and I just really kind of want to get them off my chest because they were bothering me, and I took them kind of hard, and they really kind of upset me. And the more I thought about it and actually just got online and listened to some things myself, the more I realized that, I shouldn't have let it get to me the way it has. And so we're going to get into those details right now. So what happened to me over the weekend was I went to my brother-in-law's college graduation, and we had a great time. The graduation went off excellent. Very good group of people. We were down there. We just really had a great time the entire time we were down there. On Friday night, of course, we did what anybody does when they have a college graduation for the most part. We decided to go out and celebrate. And there was a whole group of people, and we are all grown adults. Most of us are in the 30s, 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. So we all went out and went to a little bar and decided we were going to have fun, and everybody was drinking, with the exclusion of myself. Of course, everyone in the group knew that I wasn't there to drink, and I didn't want to drink, and no one pressured me. With that being said, I found myself more than once trying to figure out how to handle myself. And what I mean by that was that I wanted to drink. That's the easiest way to say it, is I wanted to drink. And I did not. Let's start right there and get clear with the idea that I did not drink at all. But I felt like I wanted to. I felt like everybody else was doing it. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I could just have a beer, And in the last 60 days, which that's how long it's been, just over 60 days, it's the first time I was actually in a situation that it was pure willpower to decide not to. And I didn't do it. And I made it through, and we stayed there, and we had a great time. And that's, what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to live my life without avoiding alcohol. So we did it, and I was great about that. I didn't drink. And really, honestly, there wasn't a point where I thought, oh, goodness, I'm about to have this drink. I mean, it never happened. But the next morning when I woke up, I felt horrible. I felt like I had let myself down because I had entertained the idea of having a drink. And it's like I needed to repent. I needed to just watch video after video about not drinking because obviously there's something wrong. There's something wrong because now I'm just using pure willpower to avoid it. And that's not good enough because I know that I don't want to drink, and I should be just completely fine with the idea of being at a bar and not drinking. But, that's not the reality. The reality is that I had temptation. And within that temptation, I was strong enough, and I used willpower, I believe, to avoid it. Now, I will say that more than once, I told myself that I really didn't want to drink, and that it was just an urge I was having. And honestly, I was having a great time. So why would I need to drink? And I stayed with that. And I stayed with it all night long. I mean, we were there till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And what's great about it is that I was so alert and so perceptive to everything going on. All the little qualms on this side of the bar or that side of the bar. And people arguing. And one guy about getting kicked out about 3 times. Of course I have to go find me the most redneck little bar I can find. No offense to redneck because I'm redneck. So, whatever. But when you go to those type of bars and everybody gets to drinking, you know what goes on. But it was nice to just sit there and look around and see how people were reacting the more they drank. And the more I realized how bad I get when I'm drinking. And the fact that I could sit there and just observe and enjoy it and watch it. And, it was really fun. So from that standpoint, I'm so glad I went. I hate the fact that I just kicked myself right in the ass for feeling bad, like for feeling like I let down, because I didn't let down. I didn't let myself down. I didn't let anybody down because I didn't do it. And I want you guys to know that same thing, that, when you have these urges, these temptations, that's what they are. They're just urges and temptations. You're going to have them. That's just what it is. I've had them several times in the last 60 days, and I just, I deal with it. And I want to go with the idea that I'm not doing this on willpower alone. I'm doing it on the fact that I know I don't want to drink. I know what the statistics are. I know what alcohol is. I go with the simple truth of what is in front of me. And what's in front of me is enough to say I don't want to drink. And that is way stronger than willpower, because that can carry me when willpower gives in. And I truly believe at some point you can't just live off willpower alone. Or let me rephrase it, I can't. So you might be able to. So I'm not knocking on anyone. If that willpower is how you're doing it, great. More power to your willpower. But for me, I'm not going to survive on willpower alone, because I will just cave on it. So I'm looking for multiple outlets to help me. And this is just my experience with one time that I purposely put myself in the situation, and I was successful. And I hope when you're in the situation, you will be successful too. But if you're not, or if you question yourself, even if you were successful, just know that, it doesn't destroy you. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad person. What it means is that if something happened and you drank, then you're not starting over. You're just starting right back where you were. So you had a drink, or, okay, great. Deal with it. If you're still here and you're still alive, then you made it through that time. Just pick right back up where you are and tell yourself that you're doing the right thing, and that, I don't know, you're not going to let it happen again. Maybe, I don't know. You can lie to yourself. You can say whatever you want, but you may or may not. But don't just give up. Don't just give in on it and quit kicking yourself over it. I did kick myself over it quite a bit that day. And it was just really listening to a bunch of different podcasts and realizing that I didn't make a mistake. I really didn't. Matter of fact, I proved to myself that I could go out all night with a perfect reason to drink and celebrate and have fun. And everyone that was drinking around me didn't think any less of me. I didn't think any less of them. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. So I have no reason to kick myself. And in the end, I didn't drink, and I was strong. And you are too. So I'm glad I'm sitting here tonight and able to have this conversation. I mean, it could have went totally different. I could have drank, and I don't know what that would be. I don't know if that day is going to come. So, more power to you guys if you're holding out, or if you're trying to hold out. And if you're not, that's fine too. If you're just listening because I ask you to, that's fine too. Just know that we're fighting. And if you're fighting with me, then go ahead and just subscribe and like and leave some comments. So, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast.